Well, Torquay full value for the 1-1 scoreline at the end of 90 minutes. David Graham's goal, bringing them right back into it in the second half. And I wonder whether, with their numerical advantage, they might just be favourites in the extra period. 1-1 then, the score at extra time. Will it be decided by a silver goal? So Crystal Palace down to 10 men, getting this first period of extra time underway. Well, they managed to win with 9 at Burnley on Saturday. And they've produced the same sort of performance here against Torquay United. It's going to be hard work for both sets of players. They had a strength-sapping opening to the season with that heat on Saturday. It's been a pretty warm night here in Torquay. And now with the prospect of possibly 30 extra minutes plus penalties. It's going to be tough. Andy Johnson getting the cross in, and there was the early opportunity. And it fell to Neil Shipperley, who's just shaking his head. He knows he should have done better with that one. It almost came too low for him. Shipperley just having to duck a little for the header. He got right underneath it, but that was a glorious chance. And really, Palace should have been back in front there. Neil Shipperley knows it. Now, can Palace conjure something up here? Aimed towards Powell, and was coming in at the far post. Good catch from Van Heusden. That will have just settled the nerves with Torquay. Under a little bit of pressure. This, I think, may well be the last chance of the game. Hankin floating it in. Away by Darren Powell. Not time for Hockley's shot to reach the goal. And Cedric Bertolin and Arjan Van Heusden will now have the task of trying to keep the ball out of the net as we go into a penalty shootout. So, Alex Russell was Torquay's regular penalty taker last season. Missed a few, mind you, up against Cedric Bertolin. Oh, good save by the keeper. Well, he gets the right way. He went the right way. And Alex Russell disappointed. Struck it pretty firmly, but nice height for the goalkeeper. Oh, good save from Bertolin. Andy Johnson then, with the first one for Palace against Van Heusden. Straight down the middle. And how often do we see those go in? Well, they didn't put any great power behind it. Van Heusden was committed. And it just really went straight through the middle. So, Steve Woods to take the second one for Torquay. Well, he's had a tremendous game for them tonight. And he scores comfortably. Well, you'd have bet your mortgage on that almost, wouldn't you? Sort of game he's had at the heart of that Torquay defence. Little celebration from Steve Woods. Bertolin going the other way this time. And Woods' penalty finishing up in the corner. Derry against Van Heusden. Oh, Van Heusden so close to saving that one. Well, Derry celebrates more in relief than anything else. Van Heusden got a hand to it, just couldn't keep it out. Well, Taylor usually likes to thump the ball. Oh, that's another good save. Well, Bertolin has gone the right way again. Taylor perhaps not striking it with quite the conviction that he needed to. The goalkeeper guessing well and saving well. Well, it would be ironic if Dougie Freedman, having scored a hat-trick and a goal tonight, was to miss. But there's no real chance of that, is there? Well, the Palace fans beginning to celebrate. A perfect penalty almost in off the inside of the upright. And David Graham must score this time. Well, if Graham misses, Palace are through, and he has, and they are. Well, a disappointing end to what could have been a terrific night for Torquay United. Disappointment for Leroy Rosenya and for the rest of the Torquay United squad and their supporters. They put up a tremendous fight, but in the end it's the First Division side who go through. It finished 1-1 at the end of extra time, but Palace are through by 3-1 on penalties.
Martin Dean, our commentator, on a slightly disappointing night for Torquay. After the break, all the reaction from Plainmoor, plus highlights from Luton Yeovil and Colchester against Argyle. We're back in a couple of minutes. Welcome back. Bitter disappointment then for Torquay in the first round of the Carling Cup. Crystal Palace penalty shootout winners at Plainmoor tonight, and plenty of talking points after the match.
Well done, the players were superb, start to finish. I thought that, in the first 15 minutes, we could have been a couple of goals up, maybe the penalty. But after that, they showed a bit of quality. We lost Jason. We lost a bit of our flow. A lot of stuff was going through Jason. He was playing well. He was linking play well and getting shots on target. And then when Jason went off, we lost our way a little bit, and they got into the game. And we started to go a bit long, to be honest, and give the ball away easily.
Yeah, I think 2 games gone, and we've not finished the game with the men yet, and making it hard for ourselves. But yeah, obviously we're relieved to get through. It's good for the players. They battled away again, and with 10 men. And I thought once he got to penalties, I thought that might be our best chance of winning it, because we couldn't score in normal play. And I'm pleased for the boys.
We haven't got beaten really, obviously on penalties tonight, and the work rate's there, and the way we play, and we're trying to build on that. And it's always been a pleasure to work with these lads, and they give me what they've got, and I can only ask for that. So, we're a bit concerned now because we played 120 minutes and got a few more injuries to add to the ones we've already got, which is not helpful. But we'll deal with that on Thursday. Get a team out there for Saturday work or whatever it is, and see how we go.
All the reaction there from Plainmoor. Well, far from miserable times though at Plainmoor. Torquay's great start to the season confirmed by yesterday's late show against Lincoln. Seth Conway saw United make it 2 league wins out of 2.
Graham presents himself for Kevin Hill's throw and turns well, and Woosley puts it back into his path equally well. Joe Kufor is in space on the right if Fowler can find him. Just held up Kufor, but that's a neat turn. And a lively opening from Joe Kufor. Statistic that Torquay fans won't like, though, is that Joe Kufor, Torquay have only won 2 league games when he scores. He might be lively, but he doesn't always win them the game. Mayo chips it forward. There's Futcher's header, and back off the post. He's the tallest player on the pitch by far, all 6'7" of him, and Ben Futcher almost used that height to great effect. Van Heusden was thankful it came back off the post. Sedgemore, Bloomer, Yo got there first. He might find the reverse ball to Fletcher. He might fancy it himself. It takes a deflection of Craig Taylor. Well, the referee's got that wrong. It quite clearly came off the Torquay captain's back as Yo cut in field and shot. And there was the deflection off Taylor and only just wide of Van Heusden's goal. It'll come across for Lee Canterville. Now Joe Kufor. Alex Russell's with him if he chooses to use him. He'll have to hurry though, Russell, and he gets the return for Kufor. Was that in the area? Oh, referee Cooper is decided that that was right on the edge, but look how far Kufor is into the area. It's a brave referee who gives that kind of decision against a home side, but he has done. He's given a free kick instead of the penalty that all Torquay fans wanted. Torquay need to clear their minds of penalty appeals as Alex Russell centres this in over the top of Taylor. It'll fall for Fowler. Well, they almost did get a chance to forget about the penalty appeal as Jason Fowler's shot just went wide and it nestled in the corner of the net for his second goal of the season. They certainly wouldn't have minded, but some of the protests still going on against the referee. They're not giving a penalty. Russell drives it in over the top of Woosley. Back for Kevin Hill, hits it well and hits it only just wide. Well, Kevin Hill, another one who's reverted back to defence rather than midfield, but he has got a striker's finish at times. and as that dropped to him, it was only just wide of the post. Russell throws for Fowler. Graham finds a bit of space. Alex Russell's there for the cross. Fowler's got into the middle. Cafour will keep it in. Hockley's waiting. All the way along, there is Hockley. Now Gritton, away by Sedgemoor. It's one of those where too many people in the middle. Nobody there to get the vital touch. Cannaville onto Cafour. It might just lift things that have got a little bit dull. And now down goes David Graham. Referee Cooper was right there. We've had a minute of action after about 15 minutes of inaction in this second half. And now Fowler just delays and Russell will get it back to him and Fowler will fancy the go. Won't come for Hockley, and now Torquay do have the free kick. But they will be asking the referee another penalty appeal as David Graham went down. Was he pushed? The referee decided not. Mayo. Van Houston's drawn to the ball. He tried to get there ahead of Futcher. It's difficult for goalkeepers trying to get above someone so tall in their way. Van Houston just got enough onto it as Fowler chases at Sedgemoor. Neat turn from David Graham. This could be the finish thereafter, but Graham tried one too many. Now Benefield, and the substitute's first touch almost produced an immediate return as David Graham danced his way through that Lincoln defence, but he just couldn't get the shot away, and when it came out to Benefield, well, he was a little bit cold, but the shot took a deflection and wide it went. Russell curls it in. Weaver facing his own goal, so is Futcher. There's Graham, and that has to be a penalty. Well, the referee, he had his linesman on this near side, and that is the third appeal that Torquay have had turned down today. Well, David Graham had turned inside his man, over he went, and Torquay's players, no wonder they're still complaining at referee Cooper. Well, Graham, did he go down under his own momentum? It didn't look that way. Here's Hockley. A little bit of space opening up in these final few minutes. If Hockley can find the right pass, he's picked out Cannaville. He just needs to steer it through. It will for Hockley! And surely that's it! Torquay must have won this game at the death, and it is the Payton-born local boy, Matt Hockley, who gets the crucial goal. It's Torquay United 1, Lincoln City 0. Well, Cannaville travelled with it a long way. He managed to stab it through. I think it was Graham who got the touch on, and there was Matt Hockley to just poke it beyond Alan Marriott. Well, these two sides fought a place out for the playoffs last season. It was Lincoln who came out with it, and Torquay might feel that they have got something back against them today.
I was delighted because I didn't think we were going to concede, which was a good thing. Yeah, we never even looked likely to concede. You know, Steve Woods and Craig Taylor were just outstanding, I thought, in the centre of defence. And I was just very, very pleased with the second half performance after the first half performance, because I thought we were a bit lacklustre, didn't work hard in trying to do the right things. Second half we tried to get behind in more 1-second balls and did the not so nice stuff that you need to do to win games, and we did that very well.
So both Torquay and Yeovil with maximum points. Torquay 7th in the table, Yeovil top of the pile, courtesy of their +5 goal difference.
Another 100% record bit the dust at Moss Rose. Torquay conceded their first goal of the season after just 8 minutes when John Miles finished Martin Carruthers' through ball. But goals boss Leroy Rossignol saved his team after half-time with the introduction of Kevin Wills. The young striker off the bench just in time to turn Martin Gritton's pass into Torquay's equaliser. That's what you call a good first touch. Plenty of whistling from referee Trevor Kettle at Plainmoor. He dished out 8 yellow cards, 2 of them to Michael Simpkins, and you know what that means. But Rochdale's 10 men took the lead on the hour mark. Leo Bertos tangling with goalkeeper Arjen van Huysden. Just as he was on Saturday, Lee McKevley was on the spot. And 4 minutes later, it was 2-0 to the visitors. Paul Connor did the hard work, and his pass just found its way to Robert Betts, a 21-year-old currently at Scotland on non-contract terms. His day got even better later, but not before David Graham had threatened to prevent Torquay's first league defeat of the campaign 15 minutes from time. Rochdale countered that threat and secured their first win when Betts struck his second to make it 3-1. Sean McClare the provider this time. So Torquay off the boil, but Mr Kettle certainly wasn't. Another red card was waved at Gulls defender Matt Hockley. Like his teammates, he couldn't wait to get off the pitch.
But let's start our Division 3 roundup at Glanford Park, where Torquay manager Leroy Rosenia was left extremely angry by his side's 2-1 defeat by Scunthorpe. Let's see why, with commentator Graham Sellers.
Byrne loses out and Dritton threads it through to Kuffour. Still Joe Kuffour needs support and finds it in Jason Fowler. Tries to flick it over for Gritton. The flag stays down, it's in the back of the net, and that will count. Well, it's Martin Gritton. What a comeback for him. Squeezed it through. There were Scunthorpe players there. The goalkeeper came rushing out. There was a whiff of offside there. Gritton gets away with it. I'm not so sure about it, but Torquay take the lead. Graves, Hayes, real chance for Scunthorpe here. Paul Hayes, oh, decent effort. He had Van Housden at full stretch. Cut across the ball with his right boot and sent a spin on it left to right. That's what took it wide of the post. So a striker on for a midfield man. Play on, says the referee. There's Torpey with a header. Oh, narrowly wide. Well, he's always great in the air, isn't he, Steve Torpey, and almost picked out the top left-hand corner there. It was Kilford who finds Beagrie. Peter Beagrie's shot, smothered by Van Housden. Well, he had to be careful there, because keepers don't like it when it bounces just in front of them, as it did then. Jackson lets it go, and it's Tom Evans, the keeper, who sends it down towards Torpey, who claims he was fouled by Taylor, but this is David Graham who lets fly, and bit of a wayward rocket, that one. About 25 yards out, sails over the goal. Condensed in the corner for a short while. That was Beagrie rushing in. A miss-hit by Byrne, and there's a chance for Hayes, who turned on the sixpence but didn't properly connect, and it went straight to Van Housden. Routine save for the Dutchman. Now this is David Graham. Picks out Joe Kuffour. Byrne didn't get the challenge in. Funny sort of cross, and well, the defenders are tall enough to deal with crosses like that. No pace on that one at all. Beagrie. Hayes stays onside. Real chance for Scunthorpe. Oh, good save by the keeper. I'm not so sure whether Hayes was trying to nutmeg Van Housden then or not, but came off the Dutchman's thigh. Well, it's all Scunthorpe. And this is Beagrie. Bit of a collision between Torpey and Van Housden, and that is a free kick to Torquay. Brian Laws is incensed, by the way. He's just run a merry dance onto the pitch. There will be a booking here for Wayne Graves. It's a sending off then, because he's already been booked. Well, if it wasn't a penalty, it was a dive. It's a second yellow. Scunthorpe are down to 10 men. Well, it might fall to David Graham, who's determined. Goes down in the box and comes to Martin Gritton. Oh, thunderous effort, but straight into the midriff of the keeper. Certainly caught it well. Woods booms the free kick forward. Comes to Cafour. Oh, not far over. Plenty of dip on that shot from Joe Cafour. Not enough dip though. Wills. Gritton. Wills with the shot. Scunthorpe can't get it clear. This is Joe Cafour, real opportunity. Oh, what a miss. Well, that was quite unbelievable. Torquay could have put it beyond Scunthorpe there. Joe Cafour has to shoulder the blame for that one. Couldn't hit the target. We've got Steve McLean coming on for Paul Hayes. The 81st minute. Corner number 8 for Peter Beagrie and Scunthorpe United. Here it comes. There's Torquay, the keeper's lost it, and it's in! It's a substitute! Steve McLean! Well, it was a blunder from the keeper, who's protested his innocence. He thought that he was fouled, Van Houston. I'm not so sure. I think it's Butterfingers there. He's dropped it, there's McLean. Perhaps unfortunate, Van Houston, but it's 1-1. This is McLean. Might fancy it himself. It comes out to Calvo Garcia. Oh, what a goal! That was fabulous! Well, he lit the blue touch paper and it shot off like a rocket into Van Houston's net. In the 95th minute, it's Scunthorpe United 2, Torquay United, who've led since the 22nd minute, 1. There's the full-time whistle in the 96th minute. Scunthorpe United have turned the game on its head. Torquay took that early lead, and the referee is showing a card to Ian Van Houston. He's sent off the Torquay goalkeeper. This is unbelievable. Well, he's arguing away. The referee showed him the yellow card and then the red one, but Van Houston hasn't been booked in the game. So I can't understand that, but anyway, the keeper's off. So both teams finish the game with 10 men. The final score is 2-1. Extraordinary. Extraordinary.
Torquay still squeezing into the top half of the table despite that controversial defeat. Still plenty of positive signs for a promotion push. Well, now to Playmore, where David Graham followed Mickey Evans' goal-scoring example. Torquay's match against Leyton Orient, watched by Martin Dean.
Russell and Jason Fowler just poised over the ball. I think it will be Russell who will look to strike it. He's curled it. And, Harrison just took his eye off it for a moment. Not safely enough, but one of those where goalkeepers can sometimes just lose a bit of concentration. Clay and Alexander clashing. Craig Taylor in there. And the right old bundle of players, and well, this sort of thing can get out of hand. The referee whistling, but not quite stepping in between the players. He's wanting words with someone. It's going to be Gary Alexander. Oh, it's a straight red card. Oh, Gary Alexander can't believe it. Neither can his Orient teammates, and I must confess I'm a little puzzled about it myself. Well, Alexander now going over to have a word with the referee's assistant. Been playing less than 10 minutes. Alexander is off. Now, what's going to happen to Craig Taylor here? I mean, given one red card, he's going to give another one. Well, that seemed a little draconian as far as I could see. It was one of those clashes where the two of them got entangled on the floor. There was a bit of kicking from both sides, but I didn't get the feeling it was particularly deliberate. And now both teams down to 10 men. Now Kevin Hill. Need to play it through towards Gritton. Oh! Well, that's the closest we've seen from Torquay. And Martin Gritton, inevitably the man getting on the end of it. All started with that clearance from Steve Woods. Hill's ball into the box, and Gritton getting there just ahead of the goalkeeper. A little unlucky, perhaps, to see it dipping over the crossbar. We're going to see a substitution now. Kevin Wills is the man going off. And David Graham is poised to come on. Fowler with a little chop over the top. First touch for David Graham. Well, he's been on the field just a minute, and already he's broken the deadlock. Well, a little flick over the top, and it was Graham's first touch since coming on as a substitute. And what a telling touch it was. Putting it beyond Lee Harrison. And Torquay suddenly have the lead. Looking to get the better of Joseph this time. He's beaten him for pace. He's got Gritton in the middle if he can deliver the cross. Doesn't need to. Well, he's into the crowd, David Graham. Lap of honour. I think he'd have beaten them as well, the way he was going with that run. Well, David Graham getting away from Matthew Joseph. He had Martin Gritton in support in the centre. Didn't need him in the end. And that's 2-0. With the free kick, Lockwood is on the far post, having taken up a good position, but it's been turned in at the near. And that is a goal for Tom Newey. Well, Newey's first ever career goal. And that will give Leyton Orient just a little bit of hope. Joseph looking to get it away. Straight to Russell, though. Now David Graham on the edge of the area. And space to turn. And almost providing the perfect finish. Well, that would have been a fitting finale from Torquay's point of view. David Graham, who turned the game when he came on as a substitute, just missing out on a hat-trick. Delay is because the Orient players aren't 10 metres away. Better looking to hold it into the corner. Now Lockwood went in from behind, then took the legs from under him. Bit of frustration from Matthew Lockwood, but clearly aiming a kick at Tony Beddoe then. Referee just consulting with his assistant. And a red card, a straight red card for Matthew Lockwood. And he becomes the third player to be shown the door by referee Clive Penton today.
David Graham came on and turned the game, I guess, in a lot of ways, to score with his first touch and things. The fans will be wondering why he wasn't on from the start. So why wasn't he on from the start?
Well, because you know, David will admit this, that he needs to improve certain parts of his game. He's tremendous. He'll take people on and he can score goals. But when you go into a game, you need to be able to hold the ball up and you need to work for the team. And Dave's been working on that side of his game. It hasn't been going great for him. And we had a chat, you know, on the way back from Scunthorpe, and he totally agreed with me. And we're gonna work on things, and he's gonna come on and play his part in the team like he did today.
Cambridge United had gone just over 5.5 hours without a goal before Dave Kitson's enterprise gave Luke Gutteridge his big chance. The relief was obvious. Cambridge had drawn their last 2 games 0-0. This was to end 1-1, with Joe Kufor scoring Torquay's equaliser. Cambridge had Stevland Angus sent off in second-half stoppage time.
Torquay United produced one of their best performances of the season to edge out Bristol Rovers in last night's West Country derby at Plainmoor. David Graham put them in front with his 5th goal of the season, and when skipper Craig Taylor made it 2-0 on the stroke of half-time, it looked as if it was all over. But having been under pressure for much of the first hour, Rovers suddenly managed to force themselves back into the game. Substitute Kevin Street scoring the goal that threatened to turn the tide.
We played very well first half. We really could have had like a couple more goals, sort of thing. Started the second half well, could have had a couple more. They got a goal back, and then it was like not really panic stations, but it was a battle at the end.
Let's start at Plainmoor, where Torquay United were twice in front, but ended up drawing their game with Darlington. Our man in the commentary box, Martin Dean.
Now Cannaville, wide for Fowler, who's operating down the right-hand touchline. Inside towards Graham. He's left it for Alex Russell. Russell got away from one challenge and then just caught from behind by Fabien Botti. Alex Russell then looking to drive the free kick in towards the near post. Pushed up in the side netting. I think Andy Collett probably had it covered. But, Alex Russell taking the opportunity to try and see if he can get a shot on target in the early stages. This is Hutchinson. Clark with the flick on. Williamson putting it onto the roof of the stand. This is Nichols. 2-4 and Russell both trying to get at him. Now Conlon with the header. We should have done better with it. Oh, two missed tackles on this near side. Allowing Matt Clark to get the cross in then, and Conlon's header misdirected. Williamson. Good ground. Finding David Graham. Williams has continued his run. He's going to have to get back now. Graham wanting to get played to feet. Chance for him to run at the defenders. Run straight into Craig Little then. Kept possession though. This is Q4. Good chance for him to get a decent cross in here. Still not away. Gritton with the header inside. Bobbled around in that box. No one really seeming to want to take responsibility to get the ball away then. Alex Russell with the corner. And towards Steve Woods, and it's gone into the top corner. Steve Woods has got the goal. Well, just for a moment it looked as if it was going to come back off the woodwork then. But Steve Woods absolutely delighted. Well, it was Alex Russell's corner, played towards the penalty spot. Woods climbing above the defenders, a powerful header off the underside of the bar and over the line. Rather skewed off Williamson's head. Nichols losing out to Russell, but it's a free kick. Curled forward towards Craig Little, and Darlington immediately back on terms. Well, the free kick from Ryan Valentine curled into the Torquay box. The Torquay defenders caught napping. And Little able to turn it into the bottom corner. Russell finding Graham. Now Fowler. Hutchinson misdirecting the header. It'll fall for Joe Kufor. Chance for him to get the cross in. Hockley leaving it for David Graham. Oh! What a finish from David Graham. Well, that's his 6th goal of the season, and I venture to suggest his best so far. Well, it was Kufor's cross. I think Hockley got a shout from Graham as well. He actually listened to it because Graham absolutely letting fly from the edge of the penalty area. Super strike into the top corner, and nothing Andy Collett could do about that one. Has done well, and he's won a free kick. Hutchinson's going to be in trouble. Hutchinson getting the yellow card. Alex Russell then with the free kick. Woods with the header, still bobbling around. Q4 has got it over the line, but it won't count. Rick Fletcher's whistle has gone, I think, for a little bit of pushing from Joe Q4. Possibly just guilty of a little bit of a shove then before he got the ball over the line. Fowler for Russell. Inside for Gritton. Fowler was caught then, and that's a bad tackle. Clark going in with the studs up then.
Russell with a free kick, played short this time for Lee Cannibal, who'd made a good run now. Was he knocked over then? Well, Nick Fletcher waves his arms. Howls of derision from the Torquay United supporters. Real danger at the other end. Matthew Clark is caught offside. Well, I certainly felt that Lee Cannibal was impeded as he made that run. Whether that was a penalty or not, it's difficult to say, but Mr. Fletcher in no doubt. Nothing given. This is Nichols. Running into Q4. And Nichols once more. Clark wanting it played to feet. This is Ian Clark. And Hewson having to stretch and get the hand to it.